of London without ever venturing out onto the open sea. The trip would take about 2 weeks.
Oh.
The river has its beginnings up in the Yorkshire Dales with the rising of 3 rivers, the Ewer, the Nid and the Swale. These rivers make their separate ways down from the hills and across the Vale of York before joining together, being met by a small beck called Ouse Beck. It's not until that point, which is only about 10 miles to the north of York, that the river finally becomes the Ouse. Continues as the Ouse for only 40 miles or so before joining the River Trent and undergoing another change of name, this time to the Humber. It's as the Humber that the river eventually enters the North Sea. The section of river that we're sailing along today varies in depth between about 8 and 20 feet. You may be aware that during the winter months and also increasingly now through the summer, we occasionally have quite severe problems with flooding. Reason being, the river drains a total of over 3,000 square kilometres of land, including substantial parts of the eastern Pennines. All that water has to pass through the centre of York. It's perhaps not surprising, therefore, that the river here can rise as much as 10 feet overnight. Back in November 2000, York had its worst flood for over 400 years. On that occasion, the river reached 17 feet 10 inches above normal. That flood was caused by exceptionally heavy rainfall. Most of the previous severe floods have been caused by rapid snowmelt, usually in the early spring. Fortunately, York is now very well protected by an extensive flood defence network. We can see one of the barriers to our right. The upper of those 2 brick walls, one just in front of the houses, is a flood defence wall. It's made from reinforced concrete faced with brick. The garden gates are all solid steel and have waterproof seals. 100 yards or so upstream, the flood wall is replaced by an earth flood embankment. That continues unbroken to a point about 2 miles to the north of York. These barriers were designed to cope with what was thought would be a once-in-a-thousand-year event, an 18-foot flood. In November 2000, the river peaked just 2 inches off the top of the wall. The river's looking a little murky today. It's not badly polluted. It's discoloured by peat sediments being brought down from the moors. These upper reaches of the river Ouse are actually pretty clean and support a wide variety of fish, including pike, perch, roach, chub, tench, barbel and bream. There's also a lot of eels as well as the occasional trout and salmon. The river Ouse banks attract a lot of wildlife. We often see ducks, moorhens, coots, geese, cormorants, grebes and swans. But lucky we occasionally spot a heron, kingfisher or mink. You may be surprised to learn we sometimes see kingfishers and mink right in the city centre.
Oh.
What's that?
Kingfishers in particular are notoriously difficult to spot
and mink in the city centre.
Oh, right.
Try and point it out.
Oh, this is nice over here.
Yeah.
That John's looking after the shop and bar today. He's down there now. You can be waiting your orders. He has on sale a selection of both alcoholic and soft drinks, tea and coffee, and snacks.
Only runs for an hour.
Does that? Yeah, you get a new one. What do you have to do?
Well, no, I have to download
St Peter's Place for the oldest school in the country. Probably is. The school was founded in the year
I can get a longer
627.
card though sometimes.
One of St Peter's, more infamous old boys who presumably excelled at both chemistry and politics.
Yeah, beautiful, aren't they?
Which I say infamous is probably one of the few people ever to have entered Parliament with honest intentions. St Peter's is a public school. This means that it's a registered charity. Although several scholarships are awarded each year, the majority of the pupils are e-paying. At least the parents are. Fees at the moment are very reasonable, £24,000 a year.
Oh, is that all? fees at that school?
Yeah, £500 a week.
24,000 a year.
£500 a week.
Wonder what they get for that. Full board, I suppose.
Yeah, full board, yeah. And teaching. Bed and breakfast.
Dinner, tea.
Yeah, no.
On approaching the northern end of the trip, this is where we turn around for the first time before making our way back downstream. A bit of time. On a slightly smaller boat, we could continue for quite a distance further upstream. The furthest river system is navigable as the city of Ripon. Ripon is about 30 miles from here, it lies just off the River Ewer. Last half mile or so of the journey would be along the recently reopened Ripon Canal. With the opening of the canal at the end of last century, Ripon now once more the northernmost outpost of the Inland Waterways network.
Trees. Turn around now. Turn around. Get that one. Down the river. Quite a turn, isn't it?
And that's
Quite a turn. Check the water, a bit more. Show the feet. Yeah.